Good day, grade 12 learners. Welcome to today's business studies lesson. My name is Tidiso Tlhaga, and we will be looking into social responsibility. The focus is on our application questions. Now, let us look into the first one. The instruction is, read the scenario below and answer questions that follow. Let us work around this scenario. Remember, a scenario is something that you can face one day as a future businessman or woman. So we have Tembisa Chicken Farm, TCF. Tembisa Chicken Farm specializes in selling live and frozen chickens in the local townships. Some employees of Tembisa Chicken Farm stay absent from work on a regular basis as they have to collect ARVs from the clinic. The majority in the community are not economically active. That is our scenario. Let us see now questions that follow. The first question says to us, identify two socioeconomic issues that affect Tembisa Chicken Farm and motivate your answer by quoting from the scenario. That is one. Then number two, explain ways in which Tembisa Chicken Farm can deal with each of the socioeconomic issue identified in question one. Now, let us proceed. Now, remember, the question expects us to identify two socioeconomic issues. And remember, we look and focus into three only. This is poverty, this is unemployment, or HIV and AIDS. So from the scenario, you have to identify two, because that is what the question is saying to you. And then motivate your answer by quoting from the scenario to say, I am saying these are the two issues or socioeconomic issues because I see one of the following in the scenario, and this again, this is my evidence to say I am seeing the issue. So hence it's important to quote from the scenario. So the first sentence talks or gives you an idea to say what is the business doing. There's no answer there. But then the second one says some employees of Tembisa Chicken Farm stay absent from work on a regular basis as they have to collect ARVs from the clinic. We see a socioeconomic issue there, and this socioeconomic issue is affecting the environment or the business because workers are staying absent. And then the majority of the community are not economically active. So this means because they are not economically active, they are not able to buy some of the products. So now, let's identify which two socioeconomic issues are relevant and which two socioeconomic issues do we see from the scenario. The first one is HIV and AIDS. Now, what is our motivation? Our motivation is the idea that some of the employees stay absent from work on a regular basis. What is making now the employees to be absent is because they have to collect ARVs from the clinic. That is one of the socioeconomic issues. And another one is now poverty. What is the motivation there? The majority in the community are not economically active. So that is how you are supposed to identify, then motivate. You will realize that our motivation is from the scenario. So that is how you motivate. And you will also realize that the quotation is taken as it is from the scenario, some employees. And at the end, they collect what? ARVs from the clinic. They collect ARVs from the clinic. So the sentence has to be quoted fully as it is from the scenario, as you can see with the other sentence. And that is how you are supposed to deal with such a question. Now, question 2, explain ways in which Tembisa Chicken Farm can deal with each of the socioeconomic issues identified in question 1. We have the first one, which is HIV and AIDS, which now is to be dealt with in the following manner. counseling programs, and training counselors to provide infected and affected employees. That way the business would be dealing with HIV and AIDS. Then conducting workshops on HIV and AIDS campaigns so that employees can gain their confidence and feel acceptable. Then how do you deal with poverty? Attract the best employees by being socially responsible and offering the best volunteering programs. Then another one is to donate money or food parcels to the local NGOs. Then let us look into another question. This question now instructs us to identify the triple bottom line components that were applied by Imvula Limited in each statement below. The first one says now Imvula Limited distributed food parcels to the local community, and then another one says they produce eco-friendly products, and then another one says some of their surplus income was used to do what now? To build a community center. So we are thinking about triple bottom line, which is the 3 P's: people, planet, and profit. So when Imvula Ltd distributed food parcels to the local community, who was benefiting there? Because we're talking about social responsibility, which is the idea that the organizations have an obligation to benefit society, the community. The community, when they are combined, or communities when they are combined, we call them society. So society, community, meaning we are talking about people who live. So the answer there is supposed to be people, because they are the ones who are benefiting here. And then they produce eco-friendly products. So that talks to what? Planet, because eco-friendly talks to making sure that, or this is to say their product does not affect the environment. Hence we talk to planet. Then some of their surplus income was used to build a community center, meaning surplus income talks to profit. So when we're talking to profit, the answer then would become what? Profit. That is the answer there. So with that being said, let us take a short break and we will continue shortly.